Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. We're back for another game on Saturday. This is going to be a 1 versus 1 between Search for Destroy and Zlo. I got sent this game and informed that I absolutely positively must cast this game because it is the coolest thing ever. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and dive into it and do it without any prior checking. Hopefully it does not desync, but I'm looking forward to a little bit of a surprise here. So hopefully I'll be able to enjoy it with you guys. I do have to warn you, not feeling super great today, so this is probably going to be a little bit shorter one, but hopefully we can have a good time together. Alright, let me go ahead and get this thing cranked up here as everybody's tuning into the live stream. Make sure I've got all of my settings correct, and we are getting everything in right. Alright, let's dive into this. So, Search for Destroy has Cybern as the faction of choice, and Zlo, the evil Russian, has UEF in the blue corner. And once again, I gotta make the observation, it seems like every time I see this ladder matchup pop up, UEF does take the blue, and Cybern takes the red. I'm sure there are contrary replays where that is not the case, but it seems like we've got a pretty good track record there with these color choices. We do have land first, followed by a mass extractor for Zlo. He actually does not have many move orders placed, so let's go ahead and check on Search for Destroy, see if he's got a little bit more of a build queue up. So he is going to get 3 mass extractors, immediately going for a second air off of the Hydro, a bunch of power generators, and third air as well. Probably going to try to edge build a factory up here at some point with an engineer. That is what I would do if I were him, but I'm not him, so I can't guarantee that that is actually what he is going for. As always, there are civilians in the middle, so do not fly your fragile aircraft over the middle of the map, otherwise you will lose them. Couple of point defense there too to keep the land units out. Zlo going for a bit more conservative build. Actually, no, he is using his APM on manual reclaim instead of lots and lots of early construction. So he may get a little bit of a leg up here at the beginning of the game at least. He's going to be surviving off of the early mass to be had right here in the base. Look at that. He's actually placed nice little neat move orders in between his groups of manual reclaim so that he can optimally position his engineer to gain the most mass as it possibly can as quickly as it can. Extra P-gens laid down as is the norm. And there is the air factory. Have to see what he starts cranking out here. Probably going to see a bomber meet in the middle of the map, but maybe not. Who knows? There's the edge build on the factories. The ACU for Search for Destroy is going to lay down 2 land factories. And then it looks like he is walking up to build a third moles to the outside corners for that lovely little bit of intel that you always need to have to let you know what is coming your way. This expansion area is going to be taking on a little bit of a manual reclaim order there. Couple of mass extractors on the outside edge, and then a land factory on the far side, probably going to fill in that gap with an engineer to come. Defensive positioning for Zlo. He is going for interceptor first, not anything reaching out across the map. And it looks like we are getting interceptors first for Search for Destroy as well. So not a whole lot of super aggressive early posturing, but this will get moving in just a moment. Syrtis Major is one of those maps that is it's big enough that you have to expand rapidly in order to get your hold on the map, but it's also small enough that you end up with some super aggressive play. Like, the map is narrow enough that you could shoot a mech marine across and have it here before you could get an engineer over there or before you could get drops out. So you do kind of have to feel your way about the map to a certain degree. There's a flak firing. Not going to get that air scout. Air scouts are going to get all the way across the back and scout out Zlo. Zlo looks like he's drawing in 21 mass per tick at the moment. He has reclaimed 1,000. Search for Destroy at half that. At this point in the game, this early, it's not super important that you have a leg up on your opponent, but that little bit of mass, you know, every little bit helps. Is pretty much how this entire thing goes. We are going to get 4 land factories down off of an edge build there. Search for Destroy is going to have to walk for his next one. That's going to give Zlo a little bit of an early advantage in build power as well, although he is slightly behind in the air game. A little bit more conservative power build as well. It looks like he's not going for quite so much air as what Search for Destroy is planning on a little bit later into this game. We do have 2 Mantis moving around the outside edge. We're going to have a couple of unprotected engineers on that side, which they may be able to nab if those tanks don't move forward. And then we are going to get an attempted run by eliminated down here for Zlo. Trying to get that tank up there, snag that little engineer, but you know what? It was not meant to be. Those Mantis are going to wrangle that striker in. And up on the north side of the map here, we're seeing about the same story. Mantis winning out. Getting over here to get that engineer. We do have another edge-built factory going down on this side for Zlo, but a single engineer building that is going to take a few minutes to get online. Only 1 tank. There's 3 in the vicinity. Going to lose that engineer there that was on his way to cap those mexes. So he's going to have to get more build power out there, and there's a concentrated group of 3 versus 3 spread out. So those Mantis are going to slip by as well. This is a little bit odd. Zlo not getting his grouping quite right on where all of those units are meeting up. 3 Mantis in the corner are going to get eliminated by those strikers. There are 5 moving in, nowhere to run to. Mantis speed is no good in this situation. And now there are 4. Well, that's going to be 1 expansion down for Zlo. Not going to be able to keep his mechs online in the face of that kind of firepower, and here come the streaming tanks. He will have enough in this vicinity, though, to eliminate those Mantis now, so that is good. Search for Destroy up to 34 mass per tick, bumping up to 45 with a little bit of reclaim, and Zlo slightly behind that. You can see the map control here. Zlo not doing too hot, missing about 8 mexes on this side, which Search for Destroy has claimed, and then Search for Destroy also has a firm grasp on this corner. That early build, I thought Zlo would have had a lot better production than Red has, but he was able to get engineers out with those 2 factories and lay down 4, working on a 5th. And that is going to give him a steady stream of Mantis, which are now going to move around to the right side of Zlo's expansion, going to hit that engineer yet again. And he does not have enough tanks in that area to deal with them, so he's going to have to react. Like I said, just big enough of a map that it's hard to react, because it's a little bit slow getting from one edge to the other. Cyrodiil is one of those... I kind of get lost on a map like this when I'm playing them, because I don't get into the full 1 versus 1 mentality, because I feel like I have a lot of space to deal with, but then at the same time, it's a small enough map that things happen very, very quickly, and that is a good way to get doomed. That lonely little striker there, hero striker, headed out towards the edge. Not really anything to kill. And he does have 2 Mantis on his tail, so that is probably not going to work out for him in the end. These Mantis, though, are doing a spectacular job getting all of this nailed down. If they could get that engineer, Zlo would have to wait for this guy to get all the way across to do that building. The map is looking very, very red at the moment, which is not what you want to see, and holy cow, there's a T2 air factory. Looks like he's going to start pushing gunships, and that ASCU is on a drop order directly into the base. I hope that's a T2 commander, because otherwise he is in for a bad, bad time. Well, here I was saying that, oh, there's not really a whole lot of super aggressive stuff going on. Well, that's about as aggressive as it gets. Looks like T2 gunships are going to come out. Those guys are going to be controlling the land spam in the back here. There is just now T2 online. That's going to give Search for Destroy access to flak, which is going to make life a bit more difficult for Zlo, but it looks like he is going to maybe save that transport alive. It is not looking entirely healthy. T1 point defense going down. That is a base wrecker if you've ever seen one. T2 transport is down, so that means, at least for the moment, this ACU is stuck in the middle of Search for Destroy's base. Talk about abandonment issues. This is not exactly the best place to be honest with you. He will be able to get a... There it is already, the T2 engineer laying down a Cerberus turret. It's going to give him the reach to kind of counter what Zlow's got going on here. He does have a T2 ACU, which is good. That gives him a little bit of extra build power to get those point defense online quicker. But I'm not sure how well this is going to work out for Zlow. Those gunships are slowly but surely cleaning up everything out here, but again, Zlow just lagging behind on map control. He is okay on the north side though, which is good. We've got Vipers moving out. Of course, it would not be a Cybern matchup game if there wasn't a little bit of Viper spam, because that is just life when you're a Cybern. Zlow has done a pretty dang good job of wrecking the majority of this base. I don't think Search for Destroy has radar that's covering this area, because there's not any fire coming from those T1 point defense, which I think, well, no, Zlow is just out of range, but I was right. There is no radar. It makes it hard for the T2 point defense to hit as well. Well then, looks like, I'm sorry guys. I'm having a little trouble keeping it together here. These Mantis in the top right did manage to get a mass extractor, and there is still a little bit coming in, struggling to do a little bit of damage to this side, but for the most part, Search for Destroy is pulling all of his units back to try to swarm out the ACU, which honestly is exactly what he needs to do, because at the moment that ACU is stuck. There's T1 bombers moving across the back end, probably to try to lay in some area of effect damage on all of these clumped up units. That's what happens when you have a map where you have different levels of terrain and units have to move around corners to get places. You end up with bunches of units in one little spot. Beautiful overcharge fodder. I do love it. That ACU is up to 1 veterancy at the moment, 10 kills off of another, laying down a couple of T1 point defense here and there, which pretty much immediately go down to Medusa Fire. You know what? At least it'll draw a little bit of fire, act as a meat shield for that ACU. Really not any immediate danger for this commander, but it is a little sketchy because we do have 4 Vipers online now, which is more than enough to take down any T2 point defense that Zlow might bring into the equation. And Zlow is looking very lonely at the moment. As soon as there's a mobile flak off the line, those gunships are going to be out of the question as far as keeping that commander safe. T1 bombers are shredding the south edge, regaining that map control. Now that all the units have been pulled back to this side, Zlow is recovering quite well. The question is, can he hold it and can he keep his commander alive? That is the big question here. He's getting a couple of T1 point defense online. Maybe that will be enough versus the Mantis spam. His ACU is out front. You get that. Sucking up that little bit of mass to try to get that thing online. Oh, should have finished it. He is running for the hills, though. Well, to a dead end, I think would be a more accurate term. Still no transport. The gunships are at his back trying to save this commander. He needs more veterancy. More veterancy is always the answer to everything. 2 kills away. He's at 10,000 health, which is not too shabby, but there are a lot of units in the area. There's another veterancy, 11,000 health. Continue pounding away at those units. Let's check in here. He does have plenty of power. He is overcharging freely. Every 5 seconds, pop another one off. No delay on that one because he has 800 plus power income. Although the health is looking very, very bad. Oh, there's the transport. He will be able to lift 3,500 health and 9 off of another veterancy. There's the transport. There are no interceptors and no nearby flags, so that ACU is going to get out scot-free and touch down right on the plateau. So it's going to take a few minutes for these guys to react and get back to this area. Gunships are on Search for Destroy's commander, but there is a little bit of flak moving up from the back here. It looks like 2 emplacements. I'm going to take out those gunships very, very easily. Only going to shed about a third of his health. Get a factory online, get that reclaim rolling. I don't think Search for Destroy is actually going to be hurt too badly by that. Zlow did provide a bit of an annoyance, but no T2 mechs were collapsed, and he left all of this reclaim here for Red to grab. Yes, it is going to be detrimental. You're not going to get 100% of the mass from your units back, but I don't think that was enough damage to actually do Search for Destroy in. And now there is an even more serious problem, because Search for Destroy has T2 land. he has way, way more production. And Zlo only has T2 air, which sounds like a great thing, except that once the flak is all spread out through this army, you're not going to be able to use any T2 air to great effect. Right now, it's going to be useful for harassment, but it's not a long-term solution. Zlo's still getting bothered by those Vipers. I'm telling you, man, Viper spam is the worst. Will he have the reach? That is the question. Yes! Gonna land a nice little kill right there. And the other Viper will either move back or die. Nope. He is just out of reach. But he doesn't know that. Gonna back up anyway. Okay then. Gunships touching down, at least for the moment. Zlo reaching back out, regaining these areas. He does have a fair bit of reclaim under his belt, I think. Yes, 10,000 reclaim and balanced economy on 42 mass per tick. Search for Destroy is sitting on 49 mass per tick with 18,000 reclaimed, in large part to this whole mess right here, along with a little bit of extra map control and being able to project engineers into the rocks out on these cliffs. So Search for Destroy is definitely up on this one, as the score shows. 37k to 27k. Somehow, I don't know. The ACU drop is freaking awesome. And I'm just not entirely sure that we're not watching a steamroll here. Maybe I should have watched this one beforehand. But then again, this is Zlo. Maybe he'll pull one out. He has been known to do such things when there is absolutely no hope to be seen. Somehow pull out a win from the situation. This is going to be a tremendous problem. Zlo has got plenty of point defense around his commander. If he had the gun upgrade, it would make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, he does have the T2 transport, so he will be able to pull himself out if he has to. Someone in the chat saying, yes, Zlo crippled himself. I have to agree. The T2 air was a gambit, and I'm not entirely sure that it was successful. We got some more T2 gunship rating up here. That ACU is going to escape. Oh, look, Renegade dropping a unit. Not sure what it is in there. We'll see when it gets there. Probably an engineer. Zlo's going to drop over on that side. Interceptor's going to drop those gunships one by one, and Zlo is flying over flak. Not entirely sure why he is sticking around in that position, but it is what it is. ACU dropping on the plateau there, and that is a gunship where there was one with a unit in it. Yes, there it is. A single T1 engineer. Not entirely sure what kind of use that is going to be, but you know what? He can do what he dang well pleases. Engineers out front for red to reclaim once again. All those point defense gone down. Not a whole lot of damage done, to be honest. There's a little bit of wreckage, but not too terribly much. And the swarm of units is now free to move down towards the south side. ACU moving towards the edge and completely getting blocked firing at these units. Again, the gun upgrade would be an awesome idea on that commander. I'm not sure why he didn't have it before he dove into that situation. But Zlo's choices are his own. Perhaps he was just wanting to get in a speedy manner. T1 point defense going down in the gap. That will cover a good little bit of this area. Give him something to back his ACU up into. That's one thing I always forget. There's point defense creep is kind of a cheese strategy in my opinion. It does work, but it is easily countered. And sometimes I forget. It's actually ooh, tac launcher. Sometimes sound like somebody with ADD. Yeah, that's right. It's not a renegade, it's a stinger. Sorry, people. Sometimes it is very useful to build T1 point defense behind your commander, because then if you do overextend, there's the gun upgrade. If you do overextend or you get swarmed, you can back up to the T1 point defense in the back. And at this point in the game, when you're talking 10,000 reclaim and 50 mass per tick income, a T1 point defense is no longer a bank-breaking proposition. Something useful to fall back on. This is not good. This is not good at all. I think we can safely say that this is pretty much worst case scenario. for this type of thing. We've got, holy cow, no land units available. There are T1 artillery, which are getting loaded into a T2 transport currently. There are T2 gunships which will get shredded by flak if they even try to counter this. No, what are you doing? Target the flak first. Target the flak first. Or draw back. That is totally fine as well. And Zlo is now down to only his spawn location. The map is red, folks, both in terrain color and the control of the players. Zlo going to overcharge that little T2 to eradicate the problem. And T2 gunships are doing sneaky things. No, they're on a patrol order. What is this? I'm not entirely sure that I understand what's going on here. Oh well, they're just going to chill out in the top end. Let's see, upgrade going down on there. Which one is it? Not. I need to get. At one point, I had a thing that would let me know what upgrade was going down, but I don't apparently. I have to research which one that was and get it back on. Why are we attacking wall sections? Misclick, probably. Probably grabbed all the units, clicked for a move order, and accidentally clicked on a wall section. At least all of the units have infinite ammunition, because otherwise that would be really, really embarrassing and incredibly detrimental. There is another drop of some artillery. 4 Lobos. Not anything too terrifying to deal with, but they can do a little bit of damage if they get in the right spot. And there goes the T2 transport. Well, that sucks. Not going to be able to get the ACU anywhere now. I guess that's the end of the drops unless he builds another. Okay, T2 gunships clumping up. Are we finally going to see something going on here? Because I think if Zlo doesn't do something quickly, I'm not actually sure why all of these units didn't end up in this base. Search for Destroy pulling back for some completely inexplicable reason. I have no idea what is going on there. That's just completely beyond me. But anyway, we have very, very limited numbers of interceptors with which to guard these gunships. But when you have a clump of gunships that big, you can actually do a tremendous amount of damage before anything can be done. There was a TAC missile landed on that Tech 2 land factory, but it did not kill it, unfortunately. And now there's another TAC in for the T2. Why did that not shoot it down? That is very strange. Zapper did not quite get that TAC missile, and Search for Destroy did lose a T2 PGen. Again, I don't understand this. Somebody fill me in on the logic behind just kind of pulling your units back when you have a clear advantage and then just kind of camping. Savoring the taste of victory, perhaps? I don't know. Search for Destroy literally double the economy of Zlo at this point, and pretty dang high up there in score as well. Zlo reclaimed 18,000, sitting on 47 income, and 84 income for Search for Destroy. And there go the gunships. I see them in the back there. We'll tip back into it in just a second. 36. So almost double the income and double the reclaim for Search for Destroy, which explains the score discrepancy. There's a T2 gunship firing at nothing, actually. A distraction, I suppose? Yeah, that sounds right. T2 gunships, so many gunships. Holy crap. 32 moving in onto the commander, which does have flak next to it, but that is just so many gunships. Is that actually... It is. It's going to kill him. No! 300 health. I hate to say it, but I think that was the last hurrah for Zlo. Now he's got all of these units. Oh, nope. There's the drop. There's the T2 transport. What have we got here? Because even if he does get all the way around the back, he's still got a commander with 1,000 health on it to deal with. I don't know how he can pull this off. There's flak and interceptors. He's going to the south, though. His base is just disintegrating. Interceptors moving to the mid. He's going to have to fly around them, in between the interceptors and the flak. He's going to get all the way across, fly over 3 flak, 4 flak. No! Oh my goodness. He pulled a draw. You've got to be kidding me. Holy cow. Well, I guess that's the ultimate, well, if I can't win, no one will win. Slow had nothing left. He is sitting on his last couple of mass extractors in the spawn, and units about to wipe everything out. And Zlo just decided he'd had enough, and he is going to take the draw. Well, I feel sorry for Search for Destroy on that one. Zlo definitely went for some cheese, definitely went for some stuff that really probably wouldn't have worked. And Search for Destroy legit outplayed him. I don't understand a couple of the choices there, but overall, super solid game, excellent counters, got everything taken care of, and then had the win snatched from him at the last possible second. Oh well, that is the game on Syrtis Major. We're actually going to jump over, and we're going to play a game on Syrtis Major EP. I think this is going to be a good time over here. Let me get this across so you guys don't have to look at my hideous wallpaper. I really need to get some Supreme Commander themed wallpaper. I really, really do. I think it would do a lot for the decor in these streams. Okay, I've got to collect my thoughts. I'm not entirely sure if I should even play a game. Like, I think I'm riding on about 45% mental capacity. You know what? Let's just toast one anyway. We'll do something stupid. I'll probably die. I'm sorry to anyone who's on my team. Let's just throw that out there. Okay. Let's do 600 to... what are we doing? 1800? Something like that. Let's do 800 to 1800. Get it in 1,000 rank range. And, we could play Desert Arena. That is also true. Let's do Syrtis Major. There you are. Syrtis Major EP. Bam. Post that game up. And I do sincerely apologize to all of the people who have to deal with my stupid, actually, let me see if I can do this here. Shrink. Expand. Ah, I can do it. Okay, well, let's do that. Boom. We can look at it in its proper glory. Okay, we're already on randoms. Let's do auto teams. Top versus bottom works. Make sure I've got all of the options set correctly. We're on assassination. We're on share till death. I think we're good. Fantastic. Now, hopefully, we can get connected to everybody without too much of a problem.
Group formed. Group formed.
Flip back through the chat here.
Group formed.
That was a pretty sick suicide nuke. Like, flying the T2 flak, or flying the T2 transport over flak, scoring an airbound draw. That is really pushing it. That's impressive. That's almost as good as that guy, I can't remember who it was, but was on is it Drake's Ravine? Something like that. Where he like walked up to one side of the cliff and the ACU was on the other side of the cliff and just control K'd his commander within the blast radius to get a draw.
Group formed.
Amsroll asking what happened to Thanksgiving stuff not preventing any cast. Well, I was also sick, So it was kind of one thing on top of another. I fully intended to do a cast, and I fully intended to get a game review out yesterday, and it just did not happen. Because stuffs and reasons. But anyway, it is what it is. I failed. I can only apologize and ask for your forgiveness. Yes. Yes, Roke. I do know what time it is, but I'm not saying. Roke had a bet with me the other day, and he lost the bet. So he now has to do something, which is going to be really hilarious. You sure you don't want to go UEF, bud? You sure you don't want to go UEF? Because it would help. Okay. And away we go. Oh, man. And now we need to go full screen again because I have both of my screens on one. There's my little, there we go. I'll fix the strategic zoom in just a second. Holy mother of uneven terrain. There we go. Okay. Hydro is very far away, so we are going to need to build some extra P-gens. Alrighty guys, if you are on my team, please be a gentleman and close the stream. We do not want any cheaters cheating up the room, because cheating stinks. And we all know it. Alright. Engineers to the back. And we'll grab that Hydro. We are getting some tremendous lag here. Who is lagging? That would be Unbalanced. Unbalanced is lagging very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. We'll give him just a minute here. If he does not fix it, we may have to rehost. Which would suck, but such is life. Yeah, actually that is better. It's not perfect, but it is better. I really, really do sincerely hate it when people complain about 300 pings, because actually 300 runs at full speed. I know a lot of people don't really want to admit that. A lot of people don't want to think about it in that way, but Supreme Commander has an internal lag of 500 milliseconds. So if your ping is 499, but it's solid 499, completely stable, it will actually run perfectly. The complication arises when you realize that sometimes high ping is a sign of instability, but it's actually the instability, not the high ping, that is screwing everything over. I have no idea if any of these mexes are mine or not, but if someone pings me and says that I stole their mexes, I will give them back. Actually, they're probably reds, so I'll just take the one. Okay, we're good. Alright. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. I think I'm just going to go balls to the wall, ACU upgrades, and just have a little fun. Because that sounds like the best thing to do in this situation. I will need some more power for that plan to work, though. So let's do that thing. Let's get energy storage and some more P-Gens. Because P-Gens are awesome. There you go. And let's get a land factory. Because with that, we can make T1 artillery with which to take the middle. Is anyone building air? This could potentially be a problem. I think that Deep Dish Pizza is building air because it looks like he has a grid down for an air factory. So let's just roll with that plan. Okay. Well, I can see the point defense there. That's point defense, that's point defense, and that's point defense. So we can actually kill it. No problem whatsoever. They're already killing theirs. Holy mother of getting ahead in the game. And now we're frozen. Hooray! Because everyone loves soul-crushing dropouts. All that means is that Deep Dish Pizza gets double eco. Yay! That should give him plenty of mass points to get a distinct advantage in air, in the late game play, whatever you would like to phrase it as. Alright, he's apparently not coming back. Let's go ahead and kick him out. Kick the bum! Because that's a fun game to play. We need to attack that one and that one and that one. There we go. I believe that one is dead. There we go. That works. And now I can let myself in the front door and get at some of this tasty, tasty reclaim. Okay. Oh, drops. Oh, drops. Do not want that to be happening. Let's build a point fence. Because I feel very nervous about this. Yup, I was right. It's on me. Screw you, buddy. Screw you. Does anyone have a bomber? Alright. Oh, friendly with a gun upgrade. That works. Thank you, friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, let's get all those out, and let's go ahead and reclaim these. We can go ahead and T2 in our back 2 while we're waiting. Ooh, lots of Mantis. Back up. Back the hell up. Overcharge there. Let's kill this T3P gen with AACU standing next to it, maybe. Is that too much to ask for? That is definitely too much to ask for. Alright. Do we have enough power to do what I'm about to ask here? I think we do. Excelsior! Speedy T2 upgrade to the max. That was a bad timing. Why are you walking forward when I'm placing a move order behind you? That is the question here. And we gotta stop this. Crap.
Commander under attack.
Double team for the win. Well, let's see. We've got our T2 online. In just a second here, let's get something to stop these guys. That works. Friendly with the gun commander is always good. We do have a couple of overcharges to waste here. And if White wishes to hug me in a nuclear embrace, that is completely up to him. I'm going to take out these units, though, instead of firing at the commander. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely, nicely done. There we go. Next. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Again with this? Well, at least we got it that time. Or my friendlies got it. That's good. Get back. Please. So much T2. Okay. Let's finish this land factory, get some build power online, and go ahead for the upgrades. So I think that's what we're going to have to do to bull through this. We got all of our T2 mexes online in the back, so we can go ahead and start these up. Let's start up, let's see, flak, chickens, and that's all. Let's do engineers. And T2 upgrade. Nicely done, Bizzle. Got that T2 point fence online. This is actually not looking half bad either. Okie dokie. This is too much. Pause those. Told you guys, pro level right now. I am so well put together at the moment, performing at the top of my game. To cancel single move orders, you hold down shift so you can see them, and then control and right click. That is how you do this. Yeah, that's a lot of units, but I think it'll be okay, actually. I am going to grab a a fairly aggressive series of upgrades. Why are all of my units going that way instead of doing what they're supposed to do? That is my question. We do have flak next to our ACU now, which is a nice thing to have. Once we have the T2 upgrade, we'll be able to rapid fire all further upgrades. Yul Shavaz, the walking T1 point defense of the Seraphim world. Absolutely wrecking that crap. That's a little frustrating. This is also going to get a little hairy, because that is the stealth upgrade going down, so that's going to be a gun stealth commander. Let's let this recharge, and then we'll go for nano regen. Do 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 do. There we go. Now we shall be indestructible. Okay, maybe not entirely, but it'll be a lot harder to kill us. We do have a nice little group of rhinos here, as well as the T2 commander, which I think it'll do a decent job of denying this. If they try to come down, they're going to meet the Cerberus turrets and the tanks and the ACU, and if they try to come this way, they will meet T-Bizzle. Should work out reasonably well, and we are power stalling like mofos here. Let's back off of that for a second. Yeah, let's just let him upgrade on his own. Alrighty then. Yeah, we got double Seraphim in the front. Had not even realized. Oh, good Lord Almighty! There's the Viper spam. Holy crapoli. Yeah, let's assist that upgrade again. We gotta finish it. El Pronto. Let's go for another energy storage just to make sure that we have a constant flow of overcharge. And then we will be good. Alright, so we've got identical commanders other than the fact that he has one more veterancy than I do. So let's get on up in here. Master this terrain. Oh, I just overcharged the T1 engineer. That sounds like fun. Gotta land some overcharges on this shield in a big way. We can get this down, and we'll be in pretty good shape, actually. Kill that, and we're good. Hip hip hoorah! Hey, let's kill 6 pillars with 1 overcharge. What did I hit? Oh, I'm hitting terrain. Well, that's crap. Get out of here. There we go. Free veterancy for everyone. You do realize, no matter how many T1 point defense you build, we can still chew through it. It is a futile gesture. T2 units, all this stuff will pass away. Oh, I'm gonna hit wall sections in front. Crap! Well, that's annoying. Bizzle, you're getting a little overeager there, bud. Kill the point defense, then walk in. That's how we do this.
Commander under attack. System Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Commander under attack. System
Don't run away, Bizzle.
Commander under attack.
Well, crap. That's lame. Mercies! Freaking A. Well, that was my fault. I told him to get up. Oh, I thought the interceptors from pink would be enough, and it was not, unfortunately. But you know what? That's okay.
Commander under attack.
Holy crap, he's already got T3 out. Well, hello there, Demolishers. Let's go T3. And answer with some artillery of our own.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Oh, come on, Flak, do your job. There you go. See, you wouldn't think it, because in the last 2 days, I've actually brought my ladder score up by 150 and my global score up by, I went from 14 to 1500. Because I won several games, but at the moment, yes, I am dopey, because, yeah. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. What we can do, well, I think this is actually lost, because we've lost that. Yeah, this is not going to end well. Now we have that good old dilemma with the Cybran MMLs always outpacing any amount of TMD built to counter it, which is always a royal pain and means that we need to actually go out and deal with it. Yes, I know that I'm about to get mercied probably, but might as well just go meet my fate. Because at this particular time, I don't think there's any other way to do this. Hello, T3. That's okay. We can deal with some T3. Kaboom. And a kaboom for you too. Oh, look, terrain. If you'll just keep giving me units to overcharge, I will gladly continue to overcharge them. What is with the terrain here? Like, that is just trippy. Kill him then. There we go. Can I kill you now? Please say yes. Please say yes. Let's go this way. That sounds like fun. So we've got potential 30,000 health here with 120 per second in regen at the moment, which is just entirely excessive. Get away. Yes, I do realize that I am overflowing mass. That's okay, I can dodge you. All day, air day. Okay, maybe not quite that time. Oh my goodness. Not my power. No. I am so ridiculously exposed at the moment. I am going to die to air. It's just a matter of time. Also power. No, T-Bizzle, you left the wrong way. This T3 artillery is quite fantastic at dropping all of this. All of this mess that I normally have to deal with. Dodge the Percy shot. Haha. Not that one, though. Oh, how do you predict that? Stop it. No, not the Corsairs. Ah. Every 116. If you leave by Alt F4ing, it will freeze that like that sometimes. Sometimes you can't help it. It's just the generic thing to say when, oh, screw you, you froze up the game when you left. Yeah. Well, that is a great way to end out a day. If you want to see some actual good play, go pick up any of my replays from today. When I was playing, when I wasn't worn out and completely blech. There's actually some really cool ones in that replay vault. But, typical Brink fail. You all have come to expect it in the streams. And there you go. Delivering the ultimate in facepalm. Oh, good lord. There's a Yathatha on that side. Yeah, that's not good. You can do it, man! Whoop. Oh, my goodness. Alrighty, guys. I think that is going to wrap up that game. Obviously, Deep Dish might take a couple of extra minutes to die, but I don't think that we can doubt the end conclusion of this game. And no, Roke did not. I think he purposely went for he purposely went random in hopes that he would get Seraphim, and that way he wouldn't have to actually live up to his bet. So he still owes me an all lab game. Basically, the bet was, we were playing a Phantom the other day, and he had an anti, and the person opposite him had an anti-nuke. And he told me that I could not land a nuke on the other side of the map. And then, and so I asked him how much we were betting, and he's like, the next time we're on stream, I'll play an all labs game, no matter what map it is, if you can land a nuke. And what do you know? I actually landed a nuke, flying the nuke in between the nuke defenses. So, yeah. Let the record show that Roke weaseled his way out of a bet that he will have to fulfill the next time we live stream. He has to play an all lab game. Which I even gave him the benefit of the doubt and let him say that he could count Titans as T3 labs. I'll let him get away with that. But anyway. Roke, you only won because you were building Yathathas and T3 tanks instead of labs like you were supposed to. That's the only reason you won. None of this other mess had anything to do with that win. Not my fails, not the disconnect, not T-Bizzle getting mercied, none of it. Nope. None of that was any of the reason that we lost. It was all because you didn't come through on your bet. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, I am going to get out of your hair because I am not myself currently. So I'm going to wrap it up there. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and do remember that next week the casting schedule will be picking up as usual. You're going to have the streams on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, actually, and Wednesday. And we're going to have the normal Supcom cast going out, normal videos during the week, all that good stuff. I know we got a little screwed up this week because of the holidays and all that good mess, but we will be back on track in the coming week. Again, I've said it twice, but it bears repeating. Thank you so much for watching all of these things that I put out, and I will see you guys in the next one.